Oh. Come with me, let's go check out this island. How cool is that? Welcome back. We're here, we're in the Aldermens, and I am excited for this trip. This is my first overnighter on my boat alone, solo for the next couple of days. So come along with me and come on an epic journey in the Aldermen Islands with amazing visibility and bugs galore. First dive of the day, and I can't believe it. The first drop in, we see ourselves a nice packy. Luckily, he's going to live a little bit longer because he's just a little bit small. You can see him just up in the top of the screen. So today, this is what I feel like doing. I feel like having some punch-ups with some packies. So come along, let's see what we've got on the agenda. Thanks for coming, thanks for watching, appreciate you being here. Oh fuck yeah, that's a big package. It's just such a prehistoric looking place. Bit of venison and pork. Homemade sausages I made a few months back, so that should be a pretty good lunch for me today. Maybe even a bit of afternoon tea and a little view. About probably anchoring up somewhere around here tonight. We'll call it the spot for lunch. Just cooked up some sausages and top it off with a coconut. Split that open, and I think it's that one there, and have a drink. Oh yeah, that's the whole paved and smooth. Might even be able to use it for a bowl later on. Might be able to chuck it in the ikamata. Maybe not. Probably shouldn't have drunk that. A little bit mouldy and rotten on the backside. Yeah, well, fuck it. This is personally a first for me. I've never really seen trevally breaking out on the surface like this. They seem to be either feeding on krill or they're all spawning, but they're all out in the open. They're not taking a lure, so I've chucked on a kahawai lure, and I'm just going to go out and foul hook the suckers. It's kind of fun foul hooking them. You gotta put up a bit of a fight when you do that. Who would have thought a rod from the Sunday, a lure from the Sunday markets, homemade, would be such a slayer. I guess when you put some big fucking hooks on it, it does that. Was that actually in its mouth this time? How good. Man, look at those fish. Fuck, they're chunky. This is the first time ever I've actually caught trevally, so I'm pretty happy. This is a little bit of fun. I'm not actually sure how you process them, but I'm kind of treating them like a kahawai where I'm bleeding them out and processing. I ended up catching about 4 and I was like, that's about enough. And let's get back into diving, because that's what I'm actually here for. Yeah, fuck off, Rob. That's what I don't need you there. Go on, get back in the boat. I'm still seriously amazed on the visibility here. Like, we're looking at nearly 15 to 20 metres of viz, and just phenomenally clean. I'm just slowly making my way through, doing a bit of snooping. And I've spotted myself a nice little butterfish, so why not take you while the opportunity arises? And smack them. Now, while I was snooping along, you can see my spear gun in the background as a little marker. I've spotted a little nest of crayfish, so I'm going to come in and see what I can grab. Now, just as a reminder, when you're grabbing a hold of a crayfish, keep your fingers away from the power claws because they have the tendency to lock onto your fingers and stay locked on. So, as you can see here, they're on my fingers. Luckily, they're not too big. Sometimes they can actually damage your fingers quite nicely. But I find to get these here off, sometimes it's pretty easy if you plonk them in and out of the water a couple of times. And then eventually they'll just fall off themselves. There's no real forcing them, they'll just come off. So that's okay. Because of that, mate, you're going in the catch float. And back to snooping. And I'll come over this rise a little bit quick. There's a snapper there, but he hasn't quite spotted me. So boom, I hit him. But I'm not happy with the shot, and I'm trying to play him, but he's come up against these rocks, and he is just about to do something that is probably one of the more guttering things I find when I'm spearfishing, is he pops off. I spent about another 10-15 minutes looking for him to see whether if he's hiding in the kelp, because sometimes I'll be sulking. So instead, I sulked, and I called it an afternoon, and I just put the spear gun up there and dropped some fish off. Well, that way was quite successful. What an absolute beautiful view. Nice easy drink. Gonna crack that. Just amazing. Which is not bad. Got some islands behind me. Got these other islands. A cool little beach. Can't see the sunset, but that's fine. I'm in a little protected bay here instead. Put a little tarp over the top tonight. Set up a little mat down there. Oh, good morning. Good morning to wake up to. A little bit of a rough night last night. Didn't sleep too bad. Just woke up a few times. The birds keep landing around me. Checking the boat out and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? So, have a wee coffee, light snack, and then a bit of a breeze. It looks like it's going to be a right day again. But there's a kind of a cool crack going through the hillside just there. So I might actually just go for a swim through there, check it out after a wee brew, and then probably call it for a day. I've got to be back by like 10, 11 o'clock. Yeah, so I was going to swim through this cave, but there's a big stingray there, and I'm feeling a little bit delicate because it's early in the morning. And Steve Irwin, RIP, thought better head back and carry on spearfishing instead of spear wandering. Though there is some pretty cool cave systems through this area, and if I get more chances to get around here, I'm going to be exploring these islands. Love to spend a few days. What an amazing place. This sort of place is what you're not normally seeing crayfish out in the open, but kick back and watch this. This is a pretty cool little encounter. So I'm just minding my own business, checking in some cracks and some caves. I've noticed a little pack horse up in the top corner there, but I can't get to her. So popping up onto the surface, and I'm just looking at her, seeing how I can the best approach the way that she is. I go, cool, there's actually two there, I'll come back for a breath, and I've just noticed right there a big pack horse sitting out in the open. So I shoot to the surface, I breathe up, I relax, and we're just going to have to try getting back down there as fast as I can safely. Boom, didn't even move, didn't expect it. But the only thing I didn't expect was the size of her and how many eggs she had. So I brought her to the surface just to have a play, just to check her out. Like, look at the sheer mass of her. This video images does not do it justice, but the more you look at it, the bigger she gets. But she's in berries, so I let her go and I watch her fall back to where she went. Don't worry, I did watch her go down, and yes, I should have followed her and dropped her in a crack. So this is actually the proper way you handle a female crayfish when you catch one in berry. And back she goes. She had nowhere to go. She was sitting out in the open. I probably should have known. But the rest of these guys, They're all good takers. They ain't massive, but these are the best eating sizes. Out in the open, just doing what they please. I don't think many people even know the spot because they are pretty docile and pretty stupid at the moment. And another one out in the open, just minding their own business. I'll tell you what, it's easy pickings today. Not normally like this, but I can't complain. Oh, and look, another one out in the open. I'm going to have to go down and grab it. Well, it's not quite in the open, but I can see its tail sticking out of one side of the rock. So they must be out feeding at the moment in this clean water. They're just making the most of it. Big telltale sign of that tail. And that's my quota of crays for the day. So instead I'll have a little play with this guy. They're pretty cool when you just kick back and you just see how they react. And it's a great way to practice, even just seeing their encounter and how far you can get them out of the crack without actually even touching them. So they're pretty inquisitive, but they know sometimes. And see you, mate. Thanks so much for coming along on this epic journey to the Aldermen Islands. If you guys like this sort of stuff, like, share, and follow, and comment whatever you feel like saying, what you want to see, what you want me to do. Cheers, guys.